Nurse is kissing with patient when someone knocks on the door. The nurse hides and the patient's wife enters the room. The husband tells his wife that she arrived early that day. The wife, not really caring about her husband, asks why he hadn't paid his credit card. The husband asks how come she talks to him like that, in the situation he is in. The woman says it's a quick thing through the credit card application on her cell phone. He asks her what she wants the card for. And she says she would like to buy a sandal. The husband asks how much the sandal costs and the woman replies that it costs only 15,000 reis. The indignant husband says that he can't afford to spend that amount on a sandal. The woman gets angry with her husband and says that he is selfish. Her husband then says that he has a wallet at home and inside it is a card with this limit. He says that the woman can take it there. She then thanks him and says that her husband is the best husband in the world and leaves the hospital room. The nurse then comes out of where she was hiding and tells Relison that his wife is wrong with this behavior. And he says he knows that, and says that's why he wants to separate from his wife to be with her, apologizes, says he's not a bad person, and the nurse says she knows he's not. Then another boy enters the room. The nurse hides again. Who enters is Relison's son, and he tells his father that his cell phone fell down and that he needs a new and more modern one because all his friends have them. He asks his father if he can buy it. His father says that if his friends have it, it's because their parents can afford it. The angry son tells his father that his mother had said he was selfish. The father tells his son that he could at least ask if he is okay. For he only goes there to ask for things. Relison's son says he is leaving because he has had enough of the conversation and leaves. The nurse goes to Relison and indignantly says that not even for her son to worry about him. And Relison says that he has always given everything to both of them, and that's why they are like this. But he says he'll put an end to it, that he has a plan, and he asks the nurse for help. Relison calls his wife and asks her to go to the hospital urgently, saying that the doctor has only given her a few hours to live and he wants to see her. And he asks her to go as soon as possible, because he really wants to say goodbye to her. The woman then arrives at the hospital, enters the room, pushes the nurse and asks Relison to sign the will. Relison, not understanding, asks what the will is for. His wife says that you never know what might happen, that he might die and she can't be homeless. Relison's son enters and says that his father needs to sign the papers for him, because he needs a car and a house. Relison's wife tells the son that he is wrong, because she is the wife, and the boy says that he is her son. Relison's wife tells her son that he is too spoiled. The boy then tells his mother that she only thinks about his money. Relison tells the two that they are two heartless people because they both only think about his money. Relison pretends that he is having a bad time, and mother and son start to argue, throwing the blame on each other. The mother says it's the son's fault. The son says that she came first only thinking about his money. The woman says it is her son's fault, that Relison died without signing the will. The son says that she didn't like him, because before she went to the hospital she was with the milkman. She then slaps the boy in the face and tells him to respect her because she is his mother. The boy says that she doesn't like Relison because she also cheated on him with his neighbor. Since it was all just Relison's plan, when he hears what his wife says, he asks her what's going on, and Relison's wife is amazed by the situation. Relison says that even after his death his wife and son won't stop fighting over money. The son tries to say something, but Relison doesn't want to know. His wife adds that she loves him. Relison says that she only loves his money. Relison tells his son that he will now work to support himself. He tells his wife that he doesn't want to see her anymore. She says that he can't do that because they are married. Relison calls the nurse over and says that he is with her now. His wife asks if he is cheating on her. Relison says that he wants to stay with the nurse because she wants him for who he is and not for his money. Relison's son asks how he had the nerve to do this to his mother. Relison says that his son should be ashamed of himself because minutes before they were arguing over money and now he is trying to defend her. Relison tells his son to forget he exists and tells his wife that his lawyer is already organizing the divorce papers. His wife says that they have the house. Relison says that the house is his and that his wife has no right to anything. And he asks the two of them to leave and never come back. Relison's wife throws the papers on the bed and says she wishes him to be very happy. His son also throws the papers and says the same, and they both leave the room. And Relison hugs the nurse.